okay. Could,
10 seconds
there's still some
remaining.
available synergies, I suppose. I don't know if you
5
necessarily want to be
seconds
running anything
remaining.
like Chen Alk when you've got the OD on your team already. It seems like he's likely to be the centerpiece of the lineup, but there's still options there.
Yeah, when I'm looking at the drafts, when they are playing against OD, they tend to have Zeus or Templar Assassin. Zeus is banned out. TA is still available if they want to shift puck towards the off lane.
Or if they're really crazy, do position 4 puck.
Radiant
There are
team
teams
pick.
that do that, but
Miranda.
as I say that, the Mirana gets picked up, and that becomes
Yeah,
much less likely.
because of the Chen, just insta-kill the creep. One of the strongest points of Mirana is that she can just one-shot the catapult, and then you stop the push.
For sure. And J-Storm don't have a ton of push at the moment anyway,
10
right?
seconds
OD doesn't
remaining.
hit buildings, Shaker doesn't really hit buildings. Chen provides some push,
5
but
seconds remaining.
I don't think he's going to be super high on the farm priority,
Dire team
so
banned.
they are going to have to answer that at least a little bit, and they will go for the Night Stalker again here. Not 100% clear where
Such-
exactly he's going to be laning, but
Such a great Night Stalker game to start with.
that's true.
Cutting into backlines. All these heroes kind of rely on escaping mechanism, at least 3 of those, and the Oracle wants to stay in the backline, cast his abilities. Such a perfect Night Stalker game.
5 seconds
Actually, yeah,
remaining.
they've got like no good ways to deal with him. They can kind of like they can dream coil him, but that's about it. Having played Oracle against Night Stalker, that matchup is absolutely just miserable. There's like nothing that you can do about it,
Radiant
really.
team
And even if you change your itemization in a way that you don't even want to try and deal with it, you're like, okay, I'm gonna get a Glimmer Cave.
What
or-
itemization? You're gonna be poor as hell. Position
Yeah.
5 Oracle. Like if it comes to that one point where you get the defensive item, probably like a Glimmer Cape or a Force Staff, it's still tough. If it's position 1 Night Stalker, he might have a Blink
10
Dagger, Aghanim
seconds
Scepter,
remaining.
and a BKB at that point.
Yeah. You
So,
you
in-
buy a Ghost Scepter and you
Seconds
cry.
remaining.
I think that's the that's the best you can do. Unfortunately. So
That's a good ban. Beastmaster
Yeah.
with J-Storm's lineup pretty well.
okay,
Get
so,
some extra tower damage, allows them to play extremely quick.
so we're definitely thinking pause 1 Night Stalker. It almost, I think I've seen more pause 1 Night Stalker than any other position so far. I mean, I haven't been watching all of the games, I will admit. There are a lot of Dota games going on. There's even another.
Radiant
There's
team
at least 2 games going on for the whole group stage. At some points, there's 4. You just can't watch everything. And Pudge coming in. Okay.
Yeah, so it's 1 Night Stalker, mid OD, Pudge off lane, and the Chen and Earthshaker 4 and 5.
Yeah.
Not sure why Pudge. It's a really difficult game to start with as a Pudge. Like you have all these elusive heroes, at least 3 of them.
10
So
seconds
landing hook
remaining.
is not gonna be that easy.
Yeah, he
5
is.
seconds
I mean,
remaining.
he does certainly. He's very tanky against magical damage, right? Which is a lot of what IG bring to the table, at least in the early game. But yeah, I'm not so certain about this Pudge either. I guess we'll have to see. Do you think they can do much about him in lane? Like, is the laning going to be good here?
Yeah, I want to see if they want to pair up Pudge with the Chen. Like
Oh,
Pudge with
right.
Flash Heap level
Yeah.
1 and the extra regen coming out from Chen's aura. That's sick. I mean, Night Stalker has a high base regen as well, so whatever Chen goes, it's gonna be miserable with him having that headdress.
Yeah, I don't know about Shaker plus Night Stalker as a dual lane sounds a little bit weird, but I also don't know what IG would necessarily pick for their off lane here to punish. Legion's been very popular, but I don't know if this is really that good of a Legion game.
Choose
And
your
they're
lane.
gonna go for the Timber. Okay, they're gonna try and get J-Storm with a little bit of their own medicine, but they're picking Timbersaw into OD.
To
Lacoste.
OD, yeah. That's my first thought when I saw it. Like you literally have 3 heroes that are extremely weak against OD. like Timbersaw wants to be in your face, stacking that armor, causing some issues, but OD with your Cane Orb, you can't really do that. I'm gonna say this is, I'd say, in my opinion, IG is a better team from what I saw and how they played during the minor, but this is clearly an outdraft from J-Storm. I would say IG outdrafted themselves.
Yeah, I'm really curious to see how this Timbersaw is going to end up working out. I can kind of see it against like the Night Stalker and the Pudge, but even then, not that much, right? Like, maybe JT is going to be able to run down the Night Stalker in the early game. He's not the strongest laning hero in the world, but to me it looks like IG are going to have to get off to a hot start, and like Emo and JT are just going to have to run away with the early game. Emo's really going to have to just shut down 9, and then if the OD is shut down, then maybe the Timber and the Morphling aren't so worried. But it seems like if OD has any kind of a game here, then that's going to be serious cause for concern for IG. We will just have to see as we jump ourselves into the game.
And it's Morphling against the Earthshaker. He can still morph into him, have the combo, not as effective as when you're playing with a teammate.
Prepare for battle.
It means that you have to start the fight as Morphling instead of just being able to start the fight as Shaker guaranteed, right? So, and what are the there aren't really too many other good heroes to morph into, or none that are on the same level.
Hook.
Huh?
Well, Hook is great.
Yeah, Hook's good. That's true.
I mean, being Night Stalker is not that bad during the nighttime as well. Having AoE silence against them. It's still a decent morph game if we kind of exclude the OD factor.
Yeah, and you can, I guess, so long as you're having a good game on the Morphling, you can kind of itemize against him a little bit. Still not ideal, right? But you can still buy, BKB, and it's not. It is a pretty hard counter, but it can be mitigated with the right amount of farm. So we'll see how that works out, and we'll really have to see how this Pudge pick goes. I think that's going to be the big question mark for me of this draft for J-Storm. Does the Pudge kind of pull his weight, so to speak?
Pudge is always hit or miss. Like, if you land a hook, you might change the whole team fight. Still remember the old Navi days, fountain hooks.
Yep.
With the Chen when it worked.
Yep. Watching that happen, my stomach just dropped. Just the sheer idea of like, oh hey, I'm playing this carry and I have Aegis, and we're winning this game, and I just got getting hooked into the fountain. Just ridiculous. But that's part of why we love Dota so much, right? Some of the stuff that's possible is just ridiculous, and there's a super high execution ceiling, and it's just fun to watch.
To be honest, it was really hard to execute Fountain Hook.
Yeah?
Like the timing, plus you need to land a hook.
Yeah, otherwise you've just sent your Pudge all the way back to the fountain. Oh, of course it was pretty crazy defending high ground.
Your nightmare.
The thing is, as well, is it had been known about for a really long time. It's not like they unveiled it out of nowhere. It was something that people were aware of. They just never thought that it would ever be something that someone would legitimately draft around in a competitive setting. Alright, so Fear drags Moo down to bottom, so he was able to start out up top. Bounty Rune's just going to be a 2-2 split, nothing too shocking there. And IG are choosing to defend their Timber, at least early on here.
I don't think Timber needs to be defended in this kind of a lane, because Chen and Night Stalker don't do anything. One of the supports need to run back to the top straight away. Probably it's going to be... They might even get him some advantage.
Yo.
And then...
What the hell is this? Look at this, Lacoste. So, I clicked on... Oh, never mind. Moo's dead. 1 second. So that's first blood. But the important thing that's happening here... Oh, Fly is also getting got on here. He might also be dead. Okay, he's not dead. But the really important thing that's happening here is I clicked on Kaka and I was like, why does this guy have no money? Right? He had 2 shared tangos and a sentry. Where did all of his gold go? He bought Emo's bottle. That's
what I was. Yeah. I saw at the start that he didn't have any items, just a tango. Well, I guess he just wants Puck to dominate that lane.
Yeah, they know that they have to shut down OD for sure. Brax, alright, trying to get into the fog a little bit here. Maybe he can go for a salve. He's doubling back the other way, but Fly's found him. I think Brax might be going down here. Can he get the deny? Turns around with the hook. They actually get Fly. Oh, what a turnaround from J-Storm. So nice. It could have only been better if they got the deny, but still, so worth it.
That's a big kill. He got the kill before he died, which means some extra flash heap for him. And I mean, Pudge hook level 1 is the strongest level 1 spell in the game. 150 pure damage.
Oh, 9. Alright, arrow's not gonna land. But the Kaka still just wants his kill anyway. Just tanks the tower. Can't imprison both of them. Oh man, the level of hate from Kaka on this mid lane. The donated bottle, and now also just rotating over and throwing arrows. They do not want this OD to have a game. Man, please don't tell me that this is going to become the new. This is what you're expected to do in pubs. Mid laner is buy me bottle or I feed. Huh?
It's been a while since I saw someone doing that shenanigans with the bottle. Like position 4s are extremely greedy right now. Instead of playing the game where they are giving their mid or carry a lot of the farm, Kaka will just stack at camp before he goes back to the base to region up. Yeah, mid lane. That's a lot of harassment coming out from Emo.
Yeah, this 4-minute rune's going to be pretty important. 9 is actually really low. I think regen's probably coming out on the courier right now. CS is not that different, but I imagine that 9 has actually spent quite a lot of on regen so far, and Emo probably hasn't had to spend anything because he's had this bottle. And he manages to interrupt that salve as well. 9's not very healthy. TP coming in from the Shaker. Arrow does connect nicely, so Moo's not really going to be able to do too much, but feels like he has to respond to this constant pressure on the mid lane.
He also needs to check the runes, because Mirana will be checking one side, Emo a different one, and the refilling his bottle will not give OD an easy time. On the bottom lane as well, Timbersaw is getting a lot of levels. 4-minute mark, still need 1 more minute until the night time, and he will be level 5 by then. Nice arrow.
Yeah, nice arrow, but they didn't refill the bottle. A little bit of a mistake, but they are going to get this kill. So nice for Emo. Brax just getting zoned out a little bit up at top as Fly kind of free farming. I mean, Brax has pretty good CS though, actually. 14 and 7, he's not actually too far behind. Down at bottom, JT pressuring onto 9. So J-Storm have chosen to completely rotate their lanes. They've realized that OD's game is super important, so they're just going to send the Night Stalker mid. Do you like this adjustment, Lacoste?
On the bottom lane, he has a way better matchup against the Timbersaw. 1 point in Arcane Orb, pure damage, but he's not gonna get that much XP. You can also see the mid lane.
Yeah, Emo. It's going for it. Mood looking for the turnaround. He actually gets him. Oh no, he had the Fairy Fire and Stick, but the Fisher couldn't get it off. Oh, Emo playing with fire there.
But wait, Kaka? Okay.
Oh, Fisher not quite right. Brax has to hook Ollie over the top of it. Not gonna get that kill. What happened to Kaka on mid?
Almost died. He leaped in, tried to get a kill on the Night Stalker. Yeah, but had to leap away. Use all the charges.
Just straight back in at mid. Needs to be careful. This is Night Stalker at nighttime. Gonna be able to punch away at him. Emo does have the bottle sips. Probably planning on trying to grab that 6 rune as well.
Radiant's bottom
And
tower is
Kaka
under
gonna be
attack.
looking for something down here. Not an easy kill. Just gonna try for the random arrow. Gets the catapult instead. Still pretty good. So
It's one of those arrows where you say sorry, but you actually were aiming for the catapult to get some gold for yourself.
oh, Emo trying to trying to phase shift that Fissure, but not gonna be able to. Will be able to jump his way back into the high ground. Back to safety. There is a double damage at bottom, but looks like Shrine's waiting for him. Ollie gonna hit that up with him. But this early game is kind of weird. We got safe lane OD. Timber is doing okay. Pudge is doing okay. The Morphling's getting quite a lot of farm now, just going for the Morbid Mask early on. Lots of pressure on this mid lane, but Nightstalker just kind of holding it down with the double bracer. Brack's taking some.
He still
auto
has 3 minutes to work with during the nighttime if he needs to make a rotation. He has a TP, no boots though.
pressure on the Fly, but he's stone cold. He just turns around and starts smacking Moo. So Moo's is still just giving it to him. And needs to be a little bit careful. Brax is going to come forward, maybe threaten the hook. Potentially there's a dive at bottom. Fear's going to be the first target. Chen, pretty easy to kill off here. Nightstalker pops the Dark Ascension, but he gets arrowed. Emo now trying to turn this around with the Dream Coil as well. He will be imprisoned. Odie doesn't have any mana to speak of, and Moo is just running around here. Nothing that he can actually do. He TP'd in, but it was just straight to his death. 9 is going to TP away to the mid lane. So IG bring a big rotation bottom with this DD, and it will get them 2 kills.
This is how I started to like IG, the way they played unorthodox drafts, but they are bringing numbers, they are realizing what needs to be done in certain situations, like this bottle pickup from Mirana, giving it to Puck to dominate the lane, and Puck almost has a Dagon.
Yeah, this is this is a no boots Dagon. It's just like,
It's coming to your pub.
is
Don't
this the
worry.
most disrespectful build that you can like possibly go? I understand why he's doing it this game, but like,
to disrespect enemies?
yeah. Well, not just that, but you know, looking for the solo kills. He's taking that early advantage that he was given with Kaka pulling the bottle. He's been in prison now with the Orb on cooldown, but nobody really in the neighborhood to do anything.
Radiant's
Moves a little
bottom
bit too
tower
far away.
is under attack.
Talking about greed, huh? Someone buys you a bottle and you decide to go for Dagon.
Yeah, that's how you pay him back.
Radiant's
Fly
bottom tower is
transmits
under
with
attack.
Moo here, but he needs to be careful. The Void's coming back off cooldown. Fly, still very cautious about morphing. This is a very different Chen from some of the Chen we've seen so far today. As they're pretty deep here on 9. Cole coming out. Moo does not have the ultimate available. Kaka looking to finish out this kill. Does have the imprisonment, keeping himself alive for a little bit longer. The orb is available. Emo jumping around. One more nuke from the Oracle will finish that. Now they're trying to protect this Puck. Can they do it? He's got a waning rift, but he will be brought down. J-Storm bring a bunch of numbers to mid lane. Hook attempted from Brax, but Kaka easily leaps out of the way. Moo's still chasing. They get the slowdown. One last leap. Bottom tower gets brought down by JT in the meantime, and he thinks about coming over to help a buddy, but does not decide to follow through with that. And Kaka will be brought
This
down.
is what I want to see. The chaotic game. We have Pudge, we have Puck going for Dagon before 10-minute mark, and now I want to see some rotation, some kills, some kill steals.
But Lacoste, the patch is so stale. People just do the same thing every game. Why would I
Man,
watch
the new
this
patch is gonna
major?
be so big.
That's true. It's gonna be crazy. Oh, Emo.
Oh, great.
Fisher plus Hook straight into the dismember. Can they get this? He's gonna jump away. Nice arrow as well. Emo survives. Well, Kaka pops that illusion rune, so it's not gonna be there for you. They have a salve and a smoke. Was this spotted though? Ooh, may have been just out of range. Moo taking some damage from JT. Where's this rotation going? Who do they want? Looks like it might be Brax as the target. They've got the Dagon ready. Let's go, Emo. Last hit with the Dagon. Yeah, that's what
There
we
it
wanted
is.
to see. All right.
You took that Jake too far.
That is what
Now
we
we've
were
seen
waiting for.
everything.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, on the bottom lane, Timbersaw will push the tower. Siege creep approaching. 4 points in reactive armor, 2 bracer, plus a soul ring. Pretty much unkillable at the moment, unless Pudge gets him.
Yeah, OD is not in any kind of situation to threaten him, unfortunately. Oh, well, Oracle keeping himself alive over at mid. Nightstalker does have the Dark Ascension available if he wants to pop it, but just throw the damage. Oracle's going to be just fine. Heals all the way back up to full, and IG still just going with all of this early pressure. They're creating a ton of space for their Morphling at the same time. IG, alright. JT not going to get
missed.
And J-Storm, they successfully defend. Oh, actually, 9 just walks up and sanities at top. Okay, free kill. Well, so
that's a lot of gold. 500 gold.
Well, and now they're gonna pop the Dark Ascension at mid. Silence onto 1. Puck won't be able to escape. He is being kept alive by the Oracle for a little bit longer. They're looking for the lockdown from the Shaker, but they can't get it. There's a silence. The Dagon. The jump away, not quite yet from Emo. They are looking to escape now. Kaka's got some leaps. Thinks about jumping onto the low ground. Decides he doesn't even need to. And they do get the deny on the mid tower. So
I was watching the mid lane, so didn't see what happened on the top besides Sanity's Eclipse being used. I was wondering how low of an HP Morph had. I guess he just ran to him, used the Astral, dropped the ulti, and he died.
Yeah, I think he may have even just like ultied him from Fog or something. Just straight up died. Fly kind of man fighting him here. Emo is very farmed. Just gonna be going straight for a Blink Dagger next. No BOTs, no messing around. Just
no Dagon 5.
Well, you got to get a few items before you go back for the Dagon 5.
I'm kind of disappointed.
Oh,
arrow,
arrow just in time. Very
Dagon.
Nice. The ganks from IG have been so on point so far this game. It's really, I think that's really where all of their lead is kind of coming from. Just these kills that they've been getting and the pressure that they're putting on. J-Storm are getting dragged around everywhere, and Chen's got some levels and stuff, but I'm starting to wonder about what Fear's impact in this game is actually going to be. Fly wants to defend top. His TP's coming off cooldown soon, so he might just ditch. We'll see what happens.
Radiant are scanning.
They're pressuring bottom at the same time.
Bottom tower is under attack.
Oh, Brax trying to use what's it called? Scan. Sometimes my brain is not working to see if he's hiding in the trees to go for a blind hook.
Bottom tower has fallen.
It's kind of cool that Pudge has like found a place finally in the competitive scene. I feel like for the longest time it's just been Pudge is not a pro hero. He's the most popular pub hero all the time, but just doesn't seem to get a lot of love in the competitive scene. Oh, Fear trying to get this D ward at the back of this camp. We'll grab it easily.
Yeah, because there's not enough cosmetic items for Pudge.
Oh yeah, we need a few more.
We need more. Yeah.
Second Arcana for Pudge.
I wouldn't mind. I mean, he's my most played hero over 1,000 games.
Should put him back in the vote and see what happens. Oh, J-Storm, alright. Do get a hook over on the Timber side. It's a difficult kill to go for. They don't have the damage coming in either. Timber gonna be saved. It will bring down the Earthshaker quickly. Nightstalker running forward. They still want this kill, but difficult to find the target. 9 does have his ultimate available. JT just standing strong in the front lines, giving them the vision. And it will just be the one kill.
Man, they used everything on Timber so to keep him alive. Oracle ulti plus a healing salve from him, plus Mirana leaps in to use the Urn of Shadow charge.
Frax, he wanted the he wanted that bounty room, but he's not going to get it. 9 still has the hammer ready to drop. Emo jumping a little bit further away. JT finds a little bit of an awkward angle, doesn't manage to chain down into the river, and just dies straight up. Decent chunk of gold. Actually, not that much for Moo. There was a lot of AoE gold there. They had their whole team ready for that Timber kill. And they will once again end up denying another tier 1 tower. So that's 2 out of 3 tier 1s denied from J-Storm.
Considering that they have Chen, still didn't take a single tier 1 tower. Towers are dropping low, so there's going to be a huge chunk of gold coming to J-Storm in the next couple of minutes just from the towers.
Yeah, they're oh wow. OD. Okay, so he's got his he got that kill. That was quite a lot of gold. He's actually now #1 on net worth for the Radiant. He's got his full veil picked up. He's going for straight hex, or at least that's what he has queued up.
That's a bit of all.
At the moment.
Time for a little butchery. Oops.
Do you like the choice?
Oh, thank God.
I would prefer to have one mobility item before that, like a Blink Dagger or a Force Staff. But in this scenario, they have a lot of elusive heroes. Like he just wants to initiate with the Hex either on a Puck or a Morphling, and that's kind of a guaranteed kill. Or just give him enough time with the Hex plus Astral. You have 7 seconds to actually set things up for someone to come.
Yeah, I think it'll be okay. How is Night Stalker doing? Not so hot. Moo is having a bit of a tough game. Of course, he had to kind of sacrifice his nice cushy safe lane to his OD to kind of go and deal with Puck at the mid lane. It's gonna take him a while to get this Ags. He only just has the Ogre Axe completed. Shaker not having a very fun time either. These next few minutes for J-Storm might get a little bit rough. This Puck is very much in control of the game currently, it feels like, with his Blink and his Dagon. And the Timbersaw is surprisingly farmed. I think they can still kill him fairly easily, but he's going to be a bit of an obstacle once he gets this Yules as well.
Well, I'm gonna say something stupid that might sound smart later. I think Timbersaw needs something like a BKB in this game so you can play around OD, or maybe the second option for him is to get a Ghost Scepter.
Okay.
But
so wait, is the Ghost Scepter the stupid thing, or
both of them kind of?
I feel like BKB seems
to my
pretty
boys
obvious.
from the Twitch chat, but if this game drags, like Morphling definitely needs to get a BKB. Only has Yasha at the moment, and Ethereal Blade queued up. I don't know. I don't know if E-Blade is the correct choice.
Yeah, was this the build that you were expecting? I guess they've got the Dagon. They need E-Blade and Dagon 5, and then they can just zap anybody.
That's the combo.
Flesh Heap be damned. Who cares about? Yeah, who cares about your magic resist?
Stacking status resistance is cool in this scenario because you're playing against the Earthshaker as well, so he can't lock you down just by having any extra status resistance will keep you alive, give you enough time to pop your BKB if you have it. Because Aftershock will not hold you for the longest time. There's some internet issue. If you didn't check the chat.
Yeah, I had a quick look. Hopefully get everything sorted out quickly. But yeah, this is... So... The Pudge pick, I have to say, so far, I'm not super impressed, but like you said, it comes down to that kind of X factor of you get the right hook in the right situation, and it can absolutely win you the game.
Yeah, it's also great for sieging the Roche, defending the Roche.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, what were they... I guess they weren't really missing too much in their lineup at the point that they picked the Pudge, right? Like they've got some lockdown initiation from the Shaker, they've got some sustain and whatnot from the Chen, they've got a team fight from their other 2 cores, so they didn't have any like gaping problems that they needed to fix. So I guess that's kind of a situation where you can get away with picking the Pudge. But right now, things are still looking very, very good for IG. Do you think are they gonna try and defend this tier 1? They don't have a glyph; it's kind of low, but they do have the 2 supports up here. And
2 supports. Let's see who. Morphling has no TP. Rana no Moonlight Shadow. Puck is gone, low on mana. I think they're just gonna leave that tower.
Yeah, Fly does have a TP on the courier, I think. So, I mean, they could if they really, really wanted to, but yeah, Puck's a little bit low on mana, and just weird situation all around. It's nighttime as well. Yeah, it seems... I guess the only problem is that they don't have anything that they can really get. Maybe they'll just shove at mid lane a little bit. Why does Fear have so many mud golems? What is the point? Lacoste. Tell me about the mud golems.
Split them and just stun everyone. They kind of lack stuns. Like, look at all these heroes that can get away.
Yeah, I guess he's got the root and 3 stuns. So if you land manage to lock somebody down, you just swarm them with mud golems. That's hopefully the plan.
You have learned nothing.
Well, we're not making any forward progress, unfortunately. We lost one.
Well,
one
4 versus 4, go.
Yeah. This is we'll go back to BattleNet days.
Warcraft 3, yeah.
The game's even. You know, and if somebody if one more person disconnects on one team, we can just swap. We'll just swap somebody onto the other team, and we'll keep playing.
Yeah, for those who don't know what we're talking about, you could actually swap the players in the teams. So let's say someone disconnects and the game is unfair, then you swap a carry for a support.
You could vote to swap somebody to the across the teams, and both teams would have to agree. But you would often have situations in pubs where somebody would rage quit or something, and people didn't want to just give up on the game. So they're like, okay, you give us your best hero, and we'll play 4v5 with like with the strongest hero in the game.
Oops, was that me?
Remember when we discovered that you can actually reconnect? Was it RGC or was it G Arena?
Oh, right.
We didn't have that before.
Yeah. Well, I thought you were about to bring up... Do you remember in the very early days of Dota 2, I think they talked about, like, being able to take over from levers? I think there was, like... I don't remember where it was exactly. Or maybe maybe I'm being messed with. Maybe it wasn't, like, an actual thing that Valve talked about. But I seem to remember that there was some discussion about adding functionality that if somebody, like, abandoned the game, that another person could choose to like jump into that game and complete it. It seemed like a crazy idea, but
And then you join.
yeah,
You see his items and levels. I'm out.
I guess this was probably before ranked matchmaking became a thing. So
Easy.
I had an idea where you, like, let's say J-Storm plays against IG and
That's a bit of all.
10 people want to play this kind of a game. You hop in, 30 minutes in, you know that game lasted for 60 plus, and you have the items, you randomly selected the role, and you're kind of playing the competitive match.
No, they've done that, haven't they? That was
did? I don't know.
That was one of the battle pass things one year. The like pro match takeover. Yeah,
Man, I'm just smart, but I'm like 5 years behind. This is the thing. Like one night I wake up and I have this awesome business idea about audiobooks.
Okay.
I didn't know they were invented. That was like 6-7 years ago. Like this is the thing. I'm gonna get rich, and so I started Googling stuff. Yeah, that's been there for a while.
Yeah. Stick to Dota. Just come up with your genius idea in Dota. Be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna end up being homeless. So bottom lane.
Yeah. We're watching a Dota game, maybe. So yeah, they took tier 1 top, tier 1 mid, bunch of gold came in, equalized the net worth a little bit. OD's getting pretty large. Did Nightstalker just pop? Alright, pop Dark Ascension. I don't know why. Maybe he saw Timber. Maybe he just wanted to farm these creeps real fast. Oh, what's happening?
Maybe.
They gone.
Nice.
See ya, Earthshaker. Kaka takes a couple of auto attacks from OD, but can't keep walking forward with the Dream Coil.
Yeah, it was probably a misclick on the bottom lane.
Probably.
Double darkness.
Edgy's still just kind of poking and prodding, continuing to make space for this Morphling. He's just farming his triangle. J-Storm are very huddled up, just continuing to protect the OD's game at all
The problem
costs.
is Earthshaker is really far away from his Blink Dagger. That's position 4 Earthshaker with only 3,000 net worth lead. Not 3,000 net worth at 17, 18 minutes in.
He's actually the
Still
poorest
alive.
hero on the Radiant side.
Yeah.
Then Fear has a full mech. He's rolling in it. Alright, well they need Moose to survive the next couple of fights. Maybe he can get something with an Echo Slam. Brax just has a full Spirit Vessel. Yeah, I'm a little bit worried about the supporting cast for J-Storm. And even the Night Stalker is not having that amazing of a time.
Yeah, I'm glad Morphling is switching to BKB, even though he still has Ethereal Blade queued up. He definitely needs a BKB to fight.
Oh, he's got the Mithril Hammer, yep. I was like, how do you know he's buying...
Get that Maelstrom!
yeah, it's Maelstrom time, boys. He's going Deso, dude. They're gonna end this game in the next 5 minutes. Prepare yourself. We got a Yules on the puck. IG, let's see if they're a little bit more successful with their smoke. They put down the ward, they spot Fear, immediate Yules, into the arrow. Show me that Dagon one more time. Fisher moves, reveals his position. Hook, a little bit short there.
Yeah, I have the same problem. It's shorter than I expect it to be. I mean, I'm a patch player.
Yeah.
Happens to all
You
of
gotta
us.
shoot your shots sometimes, right?
Yeah.
What's happening bottom? Firefly's stalking Moose. Alright. Hits him a little bit. Man, J-Storm are just huddling on this tri-camp area. Like, non-stop.
And also OD showed his Mystic Staff, which means he's not going for a BKB, so they can burst him down, and that's why Morphling is adjusting his item build.
Yeah, and all they need to do is just find him in fights. So, down the bottom, that Stalker. Yuled up, brought down. Nice quick kill for IG. They are just exerting so much control over the Radiant side of the map. J-Storm have okay wards, even, but just not really getting any kills of their own. It must come back, like you said, to just the Shaker. They desperately need this Blink. You compare the impact that Kaka is having versus the position for Shaker. It's just night and day, and he is sidestepping stuns and hooks left and right. This guy's played some Dota run before.
Once Morph finishes his BKB, it's going to be in 500 gold. This is where they want to take a fight. It's still daytime for 3.5 minutes, even though Dark Ascension is up. They can feel that J-Storm is weak at the moment. There's no big items coming, at least in the next minute. OD getting closer to his hacks, which is pretty big. And we didn't talk about JT going for Blade Mail on Timbersaw, so he can go straight into OD's face, pop that. He can't keep hitting him, kind of forcing him to use Astral on himself, and then has the Yule Scepter to run away or Timber Chain. Yule Scepter is also a great item against the Night Stalker. Silence, you don't remove it, but you're buying enough time for it to pass. So.
Yeah, it's nice with the Timber Chain as well, right? If you chain and then you Yules yourself, you can't get stunned before the chain pulls you away. Like, the chain will pull you out of the Yules. So, certainly nice. And yeah, the Blade Mail acting it's almost like a BKB, kind of, right? Like, they don't want to hit you while the Blade Mail is active. So, what talents did he go for, actually? 2.5 mana regen and Spell Amp. Don't think reactive armor stacks are really going to do very much here. See ya, Chen creeps. We've discovered the counter. We've got the arrow, we've got the Timbersaw. J-Storm, alright. This is the Hex reveal. They're looking for this fight, but Emo just going to jump away, and IG with the immediate smoke. Heading forward.
Yeah, Moonlight Shadow.
Yep. Oh, they've got the Yules up under the OD. They have to protect the OD. Brax just putting his body on the line. Standing in front of him. He's going to take the Dream Coil. They've used the Dark Ascension, though. And
Wait, how is Earthshaker still at 1300 gold?
I think he's just stopped hitting creeps. I don't think he's taking any
There
farm.
must be some kind of bug because he's not getting any gold. Like passive gold income. But where is it?
I think he's too busy buying detection Lacoste. I don't think it's a bug. I'm sorry to inform you. But I agree that they need to try and funnel some net worth onto this poor Shaker. Make a stack that he can Echo Slam or something. Oh no, 9! You were so confident with your Hex, but I think you may have come a little bit too far out. You're in the wrong neighborhood, buddy. Dagon nuke. Fly finishes that kill, and now he senses his opportunity that he knows that there's nothing to be worried about. He does not have an Ag, so this is not your usual combo. Emo jumps in. He's the one to tank the hook, but they might just be setting up on Brax instead. They lose fear inside of the trees. Brax retreating. Moo not even remotely interested in this. He doesn't have nighttime. He doesn't have Dark Ascension. He just wants his haste.
Coil.
Oh, he gets Dream Coiled. Now what? Gets the silence out. Just gonna try and man fight. Yules, Kaka gonna line up this arrow into the chalk room. JT awkwardly waiting up on the high ground. He didn't quite land his Timber Chain, but they don't need him to get this kill anyway. And what do you know?
Let me tell you something smart, base skip. When you're playing Earthshaker against Morphling, like you do not want to put more than 1 point in Enchant Totem, especially if you're playing position 4. Even if you're like maxed out level, just don't put it in. That's how you counter it.
I mean,
partially.
Is Fly even gonna? Oh, nice Fisher. Oh, they keep Emo alive. They saved him. Do they have enough healing though? That's gonna be the question. They're trying. Ollie maybe even had a salve for him. Puck, yeah, he's salving up right now. Looks
salve
like Emo.
plus Earn.
Yeah, he survives. Oh, what a nice turnaround from IG. Great reaction. Now they're just going to try and finish off the Roche. 9 running forward. Hex is coming back off cooldown soon. The Sanity's Eclipse. It doesn't really kill anyone. They will bring down the Oracle, but he's used all of his spells. And that's it. It's just the position 5. Hammer dropped, but nothing gained for J-Storm. They are kiting this OD so successfully.
He desperately needs that BKB so he can stand in the front line and take a fight. Right now, you have basically 2 cores because Pudge can scale, but in this kind of a game, he's really not doing that much.
Yeah, he's not gonna get any big items. He's picked up a cloak. He's trying to buy a pipe, but that's about it. Over at mid lane, OD trying to get this Morphling. They will get the Aegis popped. Can they do any more? Moose is sticking around a little bit longer. Knows that he has to keep the beast at bay. Fly might just take his life. Brax is here to try and lend a hand. And IG are just going to back up. So that's the Aegis lost for really not a whole lot expended from J-Storm. But IG, they've still got their 9-second BKB on the Morphling and still farming up very nicely. And you wanted it. We've got it queued up. Emo now looking towards the Dagon 5.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of fun. Puck, Spell Amp as well, talent will boost his Dagon damage.
Oh man, and he's got the cast range as well. Oh boy. Moo just trying to spam out mid lane, keep the farm going, but they're looking for something here. JT's found them. He's waiting with the Yule so that they can line up this arrow. It still connects. Nice hook from Brax, helping to keep his buddy alive, but Nightstalker's dead. And Fly's even going to go heading up onto the high ground looking for a little bit more. Emo, Blink coming back off cooldown in a second. Do they see anything? He's not going to go jumping forward. Just want to steal this farm away. Maybe take out the tier 2 tower.
This is what I talked about. You can see Earthshaker keeping a point. Doesn't want to put another one in Enchant Totem.
Yeah, so what's he got total? That's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, so he's refusing to level up the Enchant Totem again. Especially because his auto attacks just aren't really very relevant. And the only thing that scales is that the bonus damage goes up. Which you do not want to give to Morphling, even if he doesn't have Aghanim Scepter.
The Ags, yeah.
So, with that, IG just gonna slow siege at mid. They do seem to be slowing down the pace of this game a little bit. Do you think that there's... Like, what's the key item that you think they're waiting for? Is it this shotgun on the Morphling?
Let me just check if there's anything big coming on their side. Not much. Puck, Dagon 3 switches to BKB. Like, if they get BKB really can't lose this game. The only thing that goes through BKB is basically some right clicks from the Night Stalker and the Dismember.
GT gets blinked on top of here in mid. Can he get himself out? Pops the Blade Mail, pops the Lotus Orb. Just trying to find the angle, sidesteps the hook nicely. And now he knows he's got the Oracle in the neighborhood, so he doesn't have to be worried at all, really. They will get the lockdown, but OD just getting controlled. Now he gets silenced. He can't do the damage. They're just charging at 9. He's the only real threat in this fight. JT still standing his ground. Over on the other side, they're keeping the Night Stalker controlled. He's getting arrowed. Blade Mail doing work. Fly just gonna pop his BKB. Echo Slam hardly doing anything. They will lose JT, but 9 just falls to one more adaptive strike. Marana trying to open up some space. Moo might be able to get yet another kill here for the Radiant, but they're gonna lose the Shaker, and Fly still standing strong. Moo and Brax just trying to retreat. They will buy back on Moos as well, as they now look to lock down the Morphling, but Emo jumps in here to interrupt so Fly can just keep on fighting. He's got the Night Stalker to morph back into potentially. He's just tanking through. Can they keep him alive? Moo's right on top of him. Moo also doing decent damage, but there's the waveform. Can they land the hook? They cannot. Can they get anything else? Ollie looking for the turnaround, in fact. Moo needs to finish him off for the duration of this. Silence the adaptive strike. It's not quite enough. Do they have this shrine? Yes, they do. And at the end of the day, it is going to end up being a 3-for-3 with a buyback.
Yeah, I like how Morphling in the end morphed everything into Agi just to try to get a kill with the adaptive strike on that Night Stalker, but it was a bit too much HP. They also need to be more careful about the buybacks. They still have a tier 2 tower to TP on and the bottom shrine.
How'd the Bannerins go? Is that 3 for... Yeah, so Brax hooked the other top one. Nicely done. IG still, I think, respecting the potential of J-Storm, but they also executed that fight so beautifully, right? The OD starts attacking somebody, he gets heals. And then it looks like he's about to get another attack off, and he gets silenced. And then the Night Stalker tries to come in, and he gets heals. And then he gets arrowed. And, like, IG just wastes so much time from J-Storm's team fight.
Yeah.
You said it.
He also dropped the hammer during the Blade Mail, which cut his HP into half.
Oh, Jim Cullen too. They know that they need this OD. They're going to go straight on top of him. Do they have the zap? Emo's being hexed up, but OD is dead anyway. He does have a buyback available. Are they going to consider using it? They're trying to keep their Oracle alive. Nicely done with the Yules. Secondary Yules. Here comes the arrow. IG just sending Moo up into the air time and time again. They find the jump. Did they even have... Was there a ward? They're J-Storm are pinging it as if there was a ward there. But...
Sentry, no. They did not have a ward. I think Puck saw them climbing uphill.
And just went for it.
And once again, the lack of BKB on their side. OD can't take a fight. Yeah, you have Hex, but you can't really stand your ground and take a fight.
Yeah, it's even harder now with the E-Blade as well. There's yet another thing that means he can't attack and can't build up his stacks, can't make good use of the ulti. It's going to be back up in 8 seconds, but that's going to be all the time it takes for IG to potentially finish up the secondary lane of Rax. Moose is waiting over in the trees, but JT is onto him. Looking for him here. Arrow not going to connect. Blade Mail getting popped. Brax drags him back in, but IG not going to leave a man behind. They're looking for the hook.
Orb.
Fly going to drag him back out. There you go.
Perfect way to go back. Like, you can see how good of a team IG is just by these small things that they're doing, especially when disengaging.
Yeah, they never lose anybody. They're always thinking about however the enemy team, who they might be able to go on, how they can counter-initiate that. We've got a dig on 3 for the Puck. We've got a Kaya picked up for the Morphling as he now comes in here looking for a hook perhaps on Brax. Unfortunately won't be able to. Just gonna go for the nukes instead. Emo needing to be careful. Fear still here on the front lines. They're gonna drag Pudge back. He is gonna be able to get the Dismember off. Buys him a little bit more time, but Fly is just too tanky. And JT is now looking for a little bit more. The coordination with these Yules and the arrows has just been beautiful to watch. And J-Storm, okay, they've got the BKB on the OD. 9.
That's it.
Can you win a team fight all by
Yashakaya
yourself?
morph with Ethereal Blade.
Oh no. It's gonna be so much damage.
Tower is under attack.
Well, there are some potatoes. Can't ignore the potatoes. The auras will help.
Are fortified.
Alright, silence. OD, are you gonna pop BKB yet? Doesn't want to. Now the blade mail getting popped. Doesn't want to hit that either. IG, what are you actually doing here?
Yeah, well, I was wondering the same.
Barracks are under attack.
They can take this range Drax. They're still a tier 2 top. Is that just the get out of my game? Like, we're gonna come hit your tier 4s because we know you can't do anything about it?
At least they should have taken the range racks on bottom.
Oh, Moose, what does he see?
Radiant's top shrine.
Oh, Emo jumps forward. Now the BKB gets popped. They're trying to get the turnaround out of the puck. Can they keep him alive? Marana, they finally get the ultimate out on the puck, but do they have enough heals? Morphling stuck as the Pudge. Just going to pop the BKB and now just go on to Brax instead. Lose their target, actually. Moo once again up in the air. This time around, the arrow not going to connect successfully. They've got the Sanity's Eclipse. They brought down the Morphling. That's 2 dead on the side of IG. J-Storm making it happen. Moo chasing for more. They're going to bring down the Oracle for sure. And they've got the Hex on the Marana. Kaka will be the next one brought down. Emo, can he escape? He's got the distance and looks like he will be able to get out of there. But
This is
alright.
it. This is the BKB on OD fight, and DD just spawned on top. Roche will respawn in 30 seconds. Also, this is gonna bring nice soccer. His BKB, so it's gonna be much easier for them to take a fight. I think IG are maybe clowning a little bit too much.
Like with the
I would
Kaya,
say.
maybe?
Yes.
Yeah. Could have just gone for some right click or Scotty or something. Oh, you know. Alright, there you go. Needs to be careful though. There is a lot of stuns from this Earthshaker, and he's now out of damage. Phase shift getting pumped out. Uses the Yules instead as a secondary phase shift, but now Brack just walks up to him. There's nothing elegant about this. I don't know how he's going to escape. Phase won't be able to blink. Wasn't facing the right direction, it looks like, and J-Storm gonna hit him with the tips. Emo dead for
Roche?
77.
Yeah. IG, they know Roche is up, scouting it with the courier.
Uh-oh.
70 seconds.
seen this
Has a
before.
buyback though. They know there's no sanity, there's no echo slam for another 40 seconds. So if they decide to go into Roche pit, Puck will buy back and they will gladly take this fight.
Yeah, they're aware. And I don't think that J-Storm knows that they're being scouted. They do have good vision over on the shrine.
It's a slow Roche from J-Storm.
Yeah, they do not take this quickly.
Radiant are scanning.
I guess the question is, does Puck even need to buy back? Can they delay this in other ways? Nice Fisher into hook. They're going to isolate Kaka, but the Yules comes out. They've got the silence. He won't be able to escape. They jump up out of the high ground. They're looking for the Oracle. Muga to bring him down first. They've lost both supports, but now the buybacks come in. Emo, what's he found? It's a 4-man Dream Coil. They're trying to just break it up out of the high ground. They're kiting Nine's BKB now as well. Moose survives. Tranquil Boots helping to keep him alive. They were not broken in that fight. Oracle's still dead, so it's a 4v5 as IG just retreating back to their shrine. Now they're jumping in. Emo, silence. Courier being kept
nice
alive.
Hex.
Oh, no, Puck. Got stunned up. And now they drag in the Timber Saw as well. Things are just falling apart for IG.
That's a dieback from Puck. But the bottom lane is pushing in the catapult waves. 2 catapults approaching. Someone needs to address this. It's going to be a Night Stalker, but where's the damage? I mean, it's going to take them a bit more time to actually kill it.
Yeah, this is a pretty big commitment. I guess Odie's got some stacks. He's doing some kind of damage. It's just taking a while, though. But, yeah, no Puck for 80, so they've got all the time in the world. Alright, Fly has decided against going any further into this magical damage stuff, and is just going to go back for a Scotty at this point. The OD is looking pretty scary, and Nine actually thinking about going for an AC next. Interesting. Wow, man, Moo's getting a bunch of farm out of nowhere. Has a Shadow Blade now. This man was full poverty mode for the first 20 minutes of this game.
It's all it takes. Now he's level 20. The Shadow Blade, which will allow him to actually get a better positioning and maybe find Oracle in the backlines before he can get any spells off.
Is under attack.
Did he max out the enchant totem for Roche? You think? Or did he just realize?
He used it a bit after. I mean, before the Roche fight, he had it. Because Morphling doesn't have Aghanims, and he's mostly morphing into Night Stalker to have the AoE silence.
Yeah, or Pudge. Rax is pretty tanky now as well, up on the high ground. 3.4k health. Puck Dagon not nearly as scary, and he didn't go for the BKB in the end. He decided that he wanted the Dagon 5 instead. IG making some decisions that make it look like they thought they had this game 100% in the bag, but the graph's telling a very different story now, as we are
He
back.
bought Dagon 5 after he bought back because he wanted to be maxed out with the items and didn't have enough to buy BKB.
It was if you look at the win probability, it was almost 100%. I think it was like 99% for IG at one point, and then that fight happened where Morphling died. Oh, another Fisher into hook, into Hex, into nothing that IG can really do. There was a blink forward from Ollie, but wasn't able to save him, and they've still got this vision up on the high ground. Moo kind of protecting the ward. Fly not the strongest hero on the map anymore. They do have their backdoor protection kicking in, but the creep wave's coming soon, and there's the Fisher. There's another hook, this 1-2 punch combo from J-Storm, finding the opportunities. Night Stalker jumping into the back lines. He's not going to let them save this Timber Saw. I think it might be too much damage. Sanity's getting dropped. They lose Kaka, and that's the Timber dead as well. Fly with the hook. Drags in Moo, does a little bit of damage, but they've lost the tier 3. J-Storm just marching forward, and JT buying back. He does buy a BKB, but how much damage can he actually do as the Timber? Another hook from Fly. They need a bit more. There is a cheese also on Brax. He's a difficult target to go for. They really got to bring down this OD, but he's got 2 lives. Brax immediately latches onto the Morphling. They're forced to interrupt JT with the 10-second BKB, just going to try and push them out of the base. But J-Storm, they already got what they came for. They take the laner axe, and away they go. And I think they're just gonna turn around and go for more. Why leave?
Done.
I guess they do
Oracle
have.
just disappeared from this big sanity eclipse and saw the Timber Saw.
Well, J-Storm were right all along. They picked this OD in the first phase. They believed in the power to counter the Morphling, and seems to be working. They can't take any more lanes of Rax. There's still a tier 2 mid and a tier 1 bottom. This game has gotten very topsy-turvy. Are you favoring J-Storm at this point? Do you think they're the ones?
Yeah, for sure. Because Puck is not gonna scale with his item build, level 23. Timber Saw doesn't do that much, and you're basically relying on solo Morphling to carry the game. This Night Stalker, about to hit level 25, 40 damage down, plus a full Mjolnir. So that's going to be a ton of attack speed, and procs when the BKBs are down from Mjolnir. Also is going to be able to clear the creep wave extremely fast. They have Chen to TP him back to a fight whenever it's needed, and then he can just clear the... Well, he definitely should have cleared the bottom lane before they TP'd it.
Yeah. I guess they were a little bit worried that IG were maybe smoking on their wave or something, and hoping to pick off the Night Stalker, but no, it's not the case. IG are just chilling out, trying to grab another item on this Morphling, maybe grab the 25 on the Puck, if at all possible. Aegis is still up for 30 seconds.
Yes, you're correct.
So, Emo's making cute plays. He's jumping in with his Dagon, but potato auras and pipe, plus all the healing. Nobody's really all that worried. So I could still see J-Storm losing this. They've only got 1 tier 4 over at their base. It would only take maybe 1 team fight at this point, but it's certainly a much more interesting game than it was 20 minutes ago.
It seems like IG were having too much fun.
Yeah.
Which backfired.
Yeah, really hard. For sure. Well, if they lose this, I hope that they can shake it off for game number 2. It would be such a... I guess the thing for J-Storm is even if they lose this game at this point, I don't know how much it would affect your mentality, right? Like, 20 minutes ago, you probably didn't think you had any chance of winning this game. But they continue to play it out, and here they are with a great opportunity. IG, alright, Smoke, Moonlight Shadow, heading forward. They jump onto the Shaker first. The Shadow Blades, can he escape? Moves just tanking the gank on the front lines. They're going to use the Night Stalker ulti. He's got a double damage, but he immediately gets Yuled up. So that's being dispelled. Buyback from the Shaker. They are going to try and bring him in with the Divine Favor, but not the best usage of the Dark Ascension.
IG choking, and seems like they gave you as well.
Dire's
I
bottom
could hear you
tower
coughing.
Yeah, I'm a bit sick, unfortunately. I had a really bad cold a couple of days ago. I'm just on the last little bit of it now. Only got a cast today. We might only have one more game after this. I'll be right. But,
Night Stalker hit level 25, minus 40 seconds Dark Ascension cooldown, so he can afford to use it more. Like
liberally.
offensively, doesn't care that much about the cooldown. Yeah.
Puck still does not have this BKB. I don't even know how much it changes things for IG once he gets it. Like maybe it gives him one more round of his spells, something like that. They do have the Scotty on the Morphling, but he is now being overtaken by the OD, who's just buying. He's got a full Kayayasha, and he's now going for a Shiva's. Dear God, this Sanity's Eclipse is going to hurt. He didn't even go for the multiplier, he just took the 20 strength. I don't even think he needs it in this situation.
I'm picking strength when you're playing against like this heavy burst from Shotgun Morph on top of Dagon 5.
And the
You just
blade
wanna be
mail
able
and
to
stuff as well.
survive. Yeah.
Right, he doesn't want to kill himself on the blade mail and look like a moron. So
take us.
they need I feel like we haven't seen much from the Timber, though. I feel as though JT's biggest contributions at some points in this game have just been like a well-timed Yules so that Kaka can land an arrow. I don't know if I've actually felt the impact of the Timbersaw like doing big damage in these team fights. But we'll see. He's just going for more utility now, just looking towards another Hex. They do pick up a gem over on Kaka. Feeling a little bit blind on the map control. And Roshan will be respawning in 1 minute and 50 seconds. As okay, we do now have the BKB up for Emo. But
I feel like J-Storm will just want to get rid of the wards, see what happens. If they can get a pick off, fine. If not, wait for the Roche. Also buyback status. Everyone has one besides Moose on their side.
Yeah, we're heading into another round of maybe some climactic fights. And Pudge, despite a pretty bad start, Brax has really just farmed his way back in. He's got the Flesh Heap going now, he's got the 180 GPM talent, just constantly filling up his coffers. He's got plenty of HP. He's got really everything that he needs. He can just pop this BKB and go walking in, find a good target. We've seen a lot of interrupted dismembers. JT, alright, they're looking for this lockdown. The Night Stalker, he does get the BKB out. Hook as well from the Pudge, getting him back. Looks like J-Storm content to maybe just reset, but Emo's also in the back lines. Popped his BKB, gonna look for the escape, was just waiting for the orb cooldown. Does manage to jump a little bit further away. Brax maybe not realizing that he's got the speed distance talent. He was way further away than that.
Some BKBs popped. I mean, that's a 10-second BKB from Puck. Morphling's already down to 5 long time ago.
Alright, JT hooked. They're using a lot to save him, though. Did pop the Oracle ulti. And now Moo just senses his opportunity, gonna go jumping in, finds the Oracle on the back lines, makes quick work of him. Not dead quite yet. Ollie, don't know how he's gonna get out of this. Could he get the blink? He won't be able to, and the OD just drops the hammer on Morphling. He had the BKB available, but was locked down and dead. Too much
Has
damage.
buyback. Roche just respawned. The Aghanim Scepter Cheese ages.
So who do you give the Ags to here?
I would assume you give it to my boy Pudge.
Yeah, I guess. Otherwise, what? Chen?
I'm gonna give it to OD. OD to Astrals to save
Yeah.
everybody. But I would definitely take it as a Pudge. Maybe I'm just greedy.
You're just a Pudge player. Because
That's
the synonyms. Alright, what we got?
Brax, come on.
Nah. Nine's got it. He's got so many buffs. This buff bar is just ridiculous. How much magic resist does he have, actually? Yeah, 55%.
And 73% physical resist.
Oh, yeah, wow. I guess he does actually have a lot of armor with the Shivas. Pudge just keeps on getting tankier. IG at this point, can they even take a fight? Do they need to just try and win by some kind of like crazy rat backdoor play? Is that the strat maybe?
And they don't even have the heroes to do so. The only one who deals any tower damage is and against the Hex, I don't think it's enough.
Yeah.
Brax will open up a cheese shop too already. It's one of the worst feelings when you have cheese and Pudge and you have like 5,000 HP. You pop it and it heals you only to 50%. Yeah. Also, he went for Flash Heap Strength talent instead of the Dismember. Like when you have a BKB, you pretty much always go for Dismember because they have nothing that goes through the BKB to stop it.
Yeah, you just have Fiend's Grip basically.
Yeah.
At that point. Well, he didn't get the Aghanim's Blessing, so he's just gonna buy one himself with his 180 GPM talent. There you go. Bottom lane's getting pushed in. Someone's gonna have to deal with that, but J-Stormar instead just smoked up looking for something. They do spot the Morphling over at top. They know that the Moonlight Shadow is being used, so they gotta be a little bit careful of running into something. Dire Scan is gonna reveal them coming through here. Is everyone on IG going to get out successfully? Looks like they will. Just buying a bit more time, getting a couple more items, but OD is still super far ahead of the pack and has a little bit more room to grow, even thinking about the Moon Shard at this point.
Yeah, the extra attack speed that you get from it is insane. Plus, combine that with level 25 talent, the extra minute on the Arcane Orb Steel.
Gotta mention the night vision, the cost. Come on, man. That's what's.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That's all about.
Sorry
The
about
synergy.
that one. It's not like you have the Night Stalker already to give you all the vision.
Spuck 25. Alright, he's 25. Got the 420 GPM. Can get an Ag soon. Maybe that's what they need. They need to. Morphling morphs into Pudge. And then they Ags Dreamcoil somebody. And then they hook that person. And then they're stunned for an hour.
Well, I like the way you're thinking. You always need to theory craft how to win a game. When he threw a, what, 25,000 network lead?
Wanted to, I think he just went for the Yules and then tried to TP out, but doesn't quite last long enough and did get interrupted. Yeah, you gotta come up with something, right? Let's see what they can do. Alright, Yules. Hook. I don't know if Pudge is the best target necessarily, but they're gonna try for it. There's that defensive Astral that you were talking about. Arrow not quite gonna land. Pudge comes straight out with the BKB, immediately latches onto Ori. OD's taking a lot of damage, but it is still only life number one. Morphling is now in the form of OD. Immediately imprisons him up. Night Stalker not committing to the fight just yet. OD does choose to pop the BKB here. They do get the hook onto JT, but he's just gonna jump himself back into the base. Night Stalker coming back here, gonna grab this regen rune. He's very farmed as well, man. This how many CS does he have actually? 445. He farms so well with Aghanim Scepter. This hero is completely different since they added this this Ags.
Yeah, he definitely needed some kind of a wave clear, and Ice Frog delivered. He's also saving Aghanim Scepter for a team fight. Gonna unlock it.
Oh, okay. Right. Yeah. So I guess, or when he just gets this nullifier. But the stats are still useful for now, for sure. No point in having it as the blessing just yet.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we see when someone is buying a pipe, but also wants to use Hood before Mech Guardian Greaves as well.
Or if you're a support player, it's just arcade boots and Aetherlands, and you just want to use your arcade boots on your core one more time. Nope, Fisher, Hook, we've seen this combo before. They're dragging the Morphling out of the base. He does get the waveform off. JT jumping forward onto the front lines. They do manage to reflect the Nullifier over onto the Night Stalker. He can't use his BKB. Fly, now he's the OD. What can he do? We got Astrals, we got Hooks. JT looking alright as J-Storm just trying to hang on to this high ground. Fishing with the occasional hook. Though bottom is getting pressured in. It's going to be Night Stalker to go and deal with that.
That was nicely timed. The Lotus Orb, I guess Moo didn't expect this to happen. I mean, there's a projectile, so you still have enough time to pop a BKB of your own.
Yeah, that was almost kind of scary. He actually lost a lot of HP. J-Storm seem... I guess they just really don't want to throw this game in the same way that IG did, right? They don't want to get overconfident. Oh wait, are they just gonna hook this DD back to? I guess they're just gonna leave it here, and Night Stalker will grab it on the way through. Would even be worth it to have a bottle at this point. Timber getting locked down. Can they save him again? Pudge is the target, but he's not really a good one. They're gonna go for the OD instead. He's gonna defensively astral himself. Can he get out of here? Fly's just laying in with the auto attack. Needs to be careful. Great hook from Brax. Drags Fly straight back into this fight, but that might be where he wants to be. Night Stalker still being controlled with the Yules. Can they finally bring down the Morphling? Yes, they can. He's gonna buy back available. JT coming back in. Silence onto the Oracle, but he manages to blink out in the backlines. Moo just getting led on a merry chase, but J-Storm still have everybody important alive, and Morphling dead for 85 seconds. What
As a buyback, we'll need to use it.
Yeah, there's no chance that he gets to save this here. JT doing his best to defend, but Brax is just so tanky on the front lines. Looking for the lockdown on the Night Stalker. He's gonna get imprisoned for now. Save him for a little bit longer. OD, no sanities, but still plenty of damage that he can do. JT just running forward. Finally, the buyback comes in, but can they actually catch anything? They want the OD. He has to be the target. They Yules him up, but the Fisher is there to block off the rest of IG. They can't quite get there. They've got the Astral. He does have a secondary one, potentially. Keep himself alive,
there
but no.
Fly
He's
flies
brought
in.
down. Fly flies in, slowing him down with the Scotty. Buyback from the Night Stalker. They don't want to be forced to use the OD buyback, but IG should just be able to march down mid and try and force that one out.
Night Stalker buying back straight away. They need to keep this Morphling alive. Oracle with the Blink Dagger and Force Staff plus Aetherland should be able to get the good ulti on him if he feels threatened.
Can Moose solo kill Puck? He's gonna try for it. Moose going for the big plays. Oh, he got silenced. Oh.
He got the totem.
Alright, nice. Nice.
Didn't want to risk anything. Go for the second totem instead. He just kills him. Emo has a buyback, BOTs if he wants to fully commit. Roche will respawn in 2 minutes.
The prize is mine.
Man, IG were really hoping that they would get like the instant Roshan. Not gonna happen. They're just gonna leave their courier again. But also weren't able to get anything else out of that OD death. So at this point, if Morphling dies, that's just the game. Pretty much.
Yeah, there's no way they're winning a game without Morph.
But Night Stalker also used his buyback, so Moo gonna have to be careful. If they lose the Night Stalker, it's actually gonna hurt their ability to end the game pretty significantly. I guess OD still hits pretty hard and pretty fast. Oh.
Yeah, and when Morph turns into OD, starts stealing the intelligence, he doesn't need to be threatened that much by Sanity's Eclipse. Also has a lot of stats right now. Scotty, what's his int? Sitting at...
Uh-oh.
100.
It's happening, Lacoste. It's happening.
What's happening?
He's got the eggs.
This is it. Back it up, boys.
Yeah, it's happened. Now all he needs to do is find the shaker. Exodia has been completed. Oh boy. Alright.
Wait, is Exodia from Yu-Gi-Oh?
Yeah. It's the...
Man, I missed that cartoon.
Well, they still need the last card. He needs to actually get the morph. Timber muted. Won't be able to get the BKB off. They've locked in on Takaka. They're also using the Hex on this Mirana. He's dead. Down for 2 minutes. They've got a 2-man stun on the backlines. Morphling pops out his BKB now, but he's just auto-attacking the Night Stalker up onto the high ground. But Odie's dead. Down for 100. He's going to buy back immediately. This is pretty much going to be the final fight. They once again reflect the Nullifier. Flyfly's found his target, but he's also going to be hooked up. Waveforms away. He's still got the Shaker Morph for a little bit, and IG just trying to reset. They missed that hook somehow. And IG will get to walk away.
Better positioning. Mirana will have a buyback. 35 seconds. OD was forced to use one. Rose just respawned. Refresher plus Aghanim's Blessing. They can't give them that.
No. IG, they gotta get their courier over here. Where's the courier strats? Could actually win them the game at this point. Alright, it's still not a fast rush. There's them going for it. Dismember was used. IG should know what's going on. They're getting the D-ward here up on the high ground. Brax looks for the hook, doesn't find it. J-Storm. Tentative. They know that they want this Aegis so desperately on their OD, but this could be the final fight. They're losing tier 4s inside of the base. They jump in. Timbersaw gets force-staffed away. This is a big commitment from 9. He's used his BKB. He finds himself an Arcane Rune Emo looking for the target. They want the Night Stalker. Either of these two heroes without buyback would be a huge kill at this point. Hook completely off the mark. Triple arrows. Don't connect onto anything. JT still handling the front lines. Flyfly's still got his BKB. They've got the gem on the puck. Gonna get a little bit of dewarding done as they come in here. Base still under threat, but the triple range creeps.
2 arrows on the Chen and on the Shaker.
Chen and the Shaker. Are these Chen creeps enough to hold the base? Oh no, Hex under the Chen. Fear dead. Not quite. Not gonna get hooked. Glimmer Cape keeping him alive a little bit longer. There's the Hand of God. Defensively used. Timbersaw, BKB getting popped. Trying to get down back onto the low ground. They lose Fear, but Brax just won't let him go. It's another hook. 9. Gonna get Yules. JT kept alive, but he can't quite escape. Another hook, but the arrow connects onto the OD. Can they do anything? Can they come up onto this high ground? I don't think so. And Timber is dead. The jump in from Flyfly. They get the OD. He's down for 2 minutes. They've still got the Dream Coil and Night Stalker as well. Flyfly finds the opportunity. Triple kill for him. One more. They completed it at the cost. They've got all the pieces of the Forbidden One. Flyfly's done it. Moose, why did you skill the points and enchant Totem? Why?
This is why you don't skill it, because OD just disappears. At one point, your Morphling will have that Aghanim Scepter, and here they come.
Oh no. Oh, they're trying to bring him down, but great Fate's Edict blocking all of the damage. Flyfly's just fine. He gets the Shaker Morph once again. And it took them an extra 30 minutes longer than it needed to, but IG are going to get this win here in game number 1. Moves finally thrown at the GG. Brax fighting to the bitter end, but that is...
Show the graph. I want to see the graph. Man, I think they lost 25,000 network lead that they had, and then J-Storm was up for like 10-15. Now we're back to 8K on the IG side.
Yeah, I'll show it for everybody. Oh my god.
The kiting potential from IG was there. They were using their hexes better. Even in the early game fights when the OD didn't have a BKB, every single time they pop that hex or they initiate, there's puck on your face with the silence so you can't do anything. Alright, let's check that graph. Not looking good.
What a What a dumb game. Oh boy.
Brax had some amazing hooks.
He did, yeah.
In the mid game, they also had pretty nice setup with the Earthshaker Fissures into hooks. Man, they almost threw this game so hard.
Yeah.
Morphling going for a Kaya build when they were about to end the game, trying to deal some damage on tier 4 towers instead of trying to get the range Raxes or tier 2 on the top. Almost paid the price, but I guess they've learned their lesson.
I don't even know what to say after the end of that game. That's just. How do you think you feel if you're JStorm? Is it easy to just say like, okay, we were supposed to lose that game anyway, so we can just go into game 2 with like regular mentality, or is that gonna make it even tougher, like losing, coming close to winning, and then just losing anyway?
They managed to come back from what was the 14-minute game that they lost against Gambit in game 1.
That's true.
And then they beat them 2-1. So, I mean, this is a big one, but I still feel they can bounce back.
All right, guys, we're gonna head to a quick break. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate you tuning in. We'll be back for game number 2 of IG versus JStorm in just a little bit. As you can see, the lobby has not filled up at all just yet, so it might be a slightly longer break. But when we come back, we'll have game number 2. So see you then.